be just a second. Jerry, make sure you announce that if anybody wants to speak at public comment, they need to put just their name in a chat message to me. Nothing else, just their name.
Okay, but the chat message is to where?
To me, it'll say to everybody, so. All
Okay.
they have to do is push the little chat button on the bottom line.
Okay. Okay, so are we ready to go then?
Yes, and if you don't have
Okay.
your microphone muted, please mute it.
My wife found a flag for us on the, I don't know if everybody can see that pretty good.
Yep,
Okay, well, we'll call this meeting to order. Would anybody, would any one person like to do the Pledge of Allegiance?
we'll let you.
Oh, thank you. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I think I skipped a line.
You did.
Okay, somebody help me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, you cheated. You were reading that off something.
No,
No,
Yeah,
it
that's,
was not.
All right, I was given the abbreviated version. So I apologize for that. Okay. Everybody's got the agenda in front of them. Is there any additions or deletions to the agenda as printed? Okay, hearing none. Is there a support to approve the agenda as printed?
I'll make the
I
motion.
support.
Jerry, did you make the motion?
I made the motion. Janina supported it.
Okay,
All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, I seen Christina's mouth move, but she did not, she's muted.
Aye.
There you are.
Did we
Okay,
get Bryce? I can't hear you, Bryce. You must not have your.
Aye.
Okay, there you go.
okay. All in favor said aye, so motion's carried. Okay, on to the consent agenda, Judy.
Okay, the consent agenda includes October 22nd, 2020 minutes, poverty exemption policy and guidelines, payroll October 20th, $15,393.39, November payroll, $24,228.60, warrants October 23rd through October 30th, there was none. November, $21,091.34. December 1st through the 10th is $14,772.61, and we'll receive in the financial report. Does anyone have any questions or anything that they would like to pull out of that consent agenda?
Are these fines that are recovered by the township
Are these what?
fines?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are they fines? In other words, has the township gone and had the zoning or code enforcer officer issue citations? Is that what these are from?
No, this is the consent agenda. The items that I listed are for approval under the consent agenda. Which item is it in that list that you're referring to?
Talk about warrants.
Warrants are bills.
Okay, well,
You have a list of them in your packet.
I didn't see. Okay, I think I found it.
Okay, if there's no objections to anything on this list, we'll move to adopt the consent agenda. And on to new business for you, Jerry.
Okay. I do apologize. I do need to add one thing to the agenda. It's the sign for the fire barn, Station 1. I've got it noted down here, but I did not, it's only noted on mine, not on your guys's. So I do need to amend that. So I would like to add the sign for Station 1. So I do apologize. And we'll handle that under new business.
Are you making a motion on that?
Yes, is there a
To
motion
amend the
to
agenda?
approve the change? I make the motion to
I'll
approve the
second.
change.
I
Janina's gonna
support
second
the
it.
move to the agenda.
You're breaking up, Janina.
Yep, she seconded.
Okay. To
All right, All in
approve the,
all in favor, say aye.
aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Okay.
Motion to amend the agenda, Judy.
Yes.
Okay. We'll move right into appointments for commissions and committees. At such time, I would like to move to appoint Christine Beecher to the Planning Commission. Is there a support for that?
I'll support that.
Okay, we'll roll call. Janina,
Yes.
Bryce,
Aye,
Christine?
Aye.
I'll vote yes. Judy?
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you. The next one is, I would like to make a motion to appoint Janina to the Fire Committee. Is there a support on that, please?
I'll support it.
Okay, we'll go the other way. Judy?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Christine?
Yes.
Bryce?
yep,
Janina?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carried. Okay, the next one I have is Dave Wright is ready to step down from the ZBA. So I would like to make a motion that we appoint Frank Adamczyk to the ZBA. He was the first one after the election to come to me and asked if there was anything that came available that he could do to help. And I think Frank would do a good job. So I would like to make a motion to appoint Frank Adamczyk to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Is there a support?
I'll support it.
I'll support that.
I
Okay.
will let Janina do it.
Janina, okay, Janina got the support on that. Okay. We're gonna go the other way. Janina,
Yes.
Bryce,
no,
Christine,
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Judy,
Yes.
thank you. Motion carried.
I think you'll be a good addition.
Yes, and I have already spoke with Dwight in regards to that, and he's willing to bring him up to speed. And they do have a something coming up with the ZBA, which there again will be probably held virtually
Yes.
moving forward, or at least at this present time. So, okay, very good. The next thing is Judy is going to step down as FOIA coordinator. We need to appoint a new FOIA coordinator. Deb Miller, as her time as a trustee, has spent a lot of time in the office assisting, I'll say, all the girls. I don't know. I know she helped Judy quite a lot with records and things. And Debbie has offered to become the FOIA coordinator. And I would like to make that motion that we appoint Debbie as the FOIA coordinator. Is there support on that?
I'll support it.
Okay. Going the other way, Judy,
Yes.
I vote yes. Christine,
Yes.
Bryce,
Yes,
Janina.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you very much. Okay, I don't believe we have any more. Judy, is that correct? I think that covered everything.
Yes, that covered all of that.
Okay. The next item under new business is the designated assessor. What this is, everybody's got the information in their packet. And what this is something that's brought on by the state. And it allows us to have a second tier safety net before the state is to come in and commandeer our books or our assessing books, our tax roll. So what that does is the resolution that is in the packet, and I'm looking for that right now. I've got it right here. But what that is it gives the township would give me the permission to sign on the dotted line along with every other supervisor in Jackson County to then appoint the Ruth Scott, head of equalization, as everyone's designated assessor. There's no extra charge for this. We don't have to hire an outside person to come in and take care of this for us. And it's not something that we have to have, as far as we may never need this person, but we need the safety net of this person. And all it does is just allows us, like I say, to have that safety net so that we don't get turned over to the state as far as our assessing. So we had a long meeting on it at our October meeting at the Supervisors Association. Ruth Scott came in, very informative. And that's why this here in the packet, I hope everybody had a chance to look at it. But that's basically what we're asking for. Ruth is asking for is we're basically asking if the township board would give me permission to sign stating that we would approve Ruth Scott, head of equalization, as our designated assessor. Does anybody have any questions on that?
Has anybody done a preliminary study of how much it's gonna cost us?
There is
No,
no,
Township?
there is no cost.
There is
There's no cost. No. Like I say, it just acts as a safety net. If for some reason the tax roll was to be in question, then Ruth would step in to get us headed in the right direction before the state was to come in.
and
It
this
says,
is pretty much a request.
However, there could be a cost if they did come in.
well, I got on page 5, it says the cost and fees agreed to by the county, assessing districts, and the designated assessor is a local issue and will vary statewide. That's why I asked the question. So there is a cost.
There is a cost if there comes a time that they would step in, not a cost to be the designated.
That is correct. That statement is correct. Yes, there would be a cost, as would there be if we had to hire an outside assessing firm to come in. But we hope to never have to use anything like this. I know that in my time as being on the board, I can only think of just a couple of townships that have been in a situation where the state's got involved over my 12 years as a supervisor. I think there was only a couple. And of course, they quickly got them resolved, and then, it was released back to the township. So like I said, it just gives us a safety net. And I would make the motion that we approve the supervisor to sign on the behalf of the township on the paperwork for the designated assessor. Is there a support on that?
I'll support it.
Okay, thank you, Christine. There again, we'll roll call this one because it is of importance. Janina,
Yes.
Bryce,
Yes,
Christine,
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Judy,
Yes,
Okay, motion carried. Thank you very much. I will get in contact with Ruth Scott tomorrow and try to catch up with her so we can get the paperwork signed. There's only a couple more townships she needs, so I will get a hold of her first thing in the morning. Okay, Judy, amendment to the budget for the fire department.
I just provided that because we have a quote to do the lights at the fire station on Main Street. There's also, I just moved $9,000 from the fire maintenance salary into equipment due to the cost for the Lucas devices that we had not budgeted for because we thought that was going to be covered by a grant. So I just provided that so everybody could see where they were on how they've spent their money.
Okay, okay, so it's nothing that we need to act on because it's still in that, under that
Yes.
department, we're okay, okay.
Mhm.
That sounds good. And I do apologize, I was going through apparently my paperwork when I printed it off, I got one paper mixed up. And the motion that was made was actually a resolution, so I need to amend that. It's resolution 2020-12 for the designated assessor. I did not realize it was a resolution.
Yes.
So
So it's
there again, we need to tag that with the resolution number 2020-12. Is there a support on that?
I'll support it.
Okay, there again, we'll run down the list one more time. Judy,
Yes.
myself, Jerry, yes. Christine,
Yes.
Bryce,
Yes.
Janina.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Thank you. Okay.
We also need from last month that was left off.
You cut out on the original part of the start of that. I didn't hear you.
We need to approve the minutes from last month.
They were in the consent agenda.
Oh, they were. I'm sorry, Judy. You
You're
did
right.
read that.
Well, it's all new. We're still learning.
Yeah, this is completely different to try to get used to. And then of course the pause between saying something so you don't cut somebody off. So we're doing fine. We're doing fine. Okay, the light update at fire station. We have got a quote to do new let's see.
This is the lights in the meeting room.
Right, price to replace and to remove and replace all lighting and meeting, install station one parts and labor. And that is going with all new LEDs opposed to the, thank you, opposed to the traditional
Fluorescent.
fluorescent lights that we have. Okay, who was that, Christy?
Sorry.
That's all right. Mine did it twice, so.
I don't know how to turn it off on my computer yet.
Okay. The price on that is $1,600. It's from Kenny Swift. He has done the lights, I think, in Station 3. He's done the lights in the bay of Station 1. And there's no question of his ability.
They did the lights in the basement of the office too.
Correct. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And he did the lights on the outside of the building also, of the office.
And inside.
Oh, and both fire barns in the parking lot. So yeah, so I would like to make that motion that we move forward with getting those lights replaced.
Jerry,
Yeah,
in the past, I've asked for a second or third quote. I think there's that time too.
Well, I'm not gonna disagree with you. We've done that in the past, and Kenny's always been.
Disagreed with me in the past. You just said that we've always gone with him and he's good. I don't think we can get another quote cheaper. I said, how will we know?
No, that's the reason, is because in the past, we have gotten other quotes in the past
Well, let's take another one.
years ago, and Kenny's always been considerably cheaper.
Well, let's find out again.
And we know the quality of work that we receive from him.
There again, it's the board's decision if they want to move forward with the quote, or if we want to have them get a second opinion. What is the board's wishes?
I'm for it.
For getting the lights done, or a second quote?
For getting lights done. Second quote is not required by government entities.
Okay, I'll go ahead and make the motion that we approve Kenny Swift, $1,600 not to exceed, to do the lights at Station 1 in the meeting room. Is there a support?
I'll support it.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Okay, there again, spending money, we'll roll call. Janina,
Yes.
Bryce,
No,
Christine,
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Judy?
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Okay, the next thing on the list is we have Rolling Acres assessment adjustment. We did not hit on this last month. I don't know that I don't see Ron's name on the list out here. Ron Jacobs up on Azalea Drive, they did a project up there that we backed as far as through the tax assessments. And Ron did a heck of a job. He did all the legwork. He's an engineer with the state of Michigan, and he got all of the bids that were necessary, followed through 100%, got all the permitting and everything that he needed, and did just a bang up job. And I'm glad that he was involved. That project went considerably smoother than what it would if he would not have been involved, because he could be there every day looking at it and overseeing it. So I say he's not there, but if somebody sees him or bumps into him, tell him that we appreciated everything he did. The project did come in under budget from what was originally figured on the amortization schedule for the individuals. Judy, what was the amount that was saved on that project?
Just under 5,000.
Okay. There again, help me on the where everybody's got a copy of what invoices were paid by the township. And this, we just received the new amortization schedule this morning. I'm not sure I'm looking at the right one, Judy. This one says June 11th. Is that the old one and the new one's just hidden in here?
At the very beginning. It's right after your quote on the lights. Stated December 10th at the top. It says Rives Township Rolling Acres compounding period annually.
And the bills that were paid,
Oh, the bills that were paid?
invoices that were paid is right underneath that.
Yes. It's an email between Ron and I with a total of all the bills that we paid with the total.
Boy,
It was right before the June one that you were looking at, Jerry. I included the June so that you had a comparison of the difference of what the savings was.
I'm seeing the June and I'm seeing everything else.
It's an email. It's got my name at the very top. If you can see it. Looks like this.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sitting here looking at it.
There you go.
Yeah, it's right here. I got it. Oh, yeah, I have it right here.
So we had approved 97.7. And it came in at 92,855.41.
Okay, and it appears the reduction per parcel is 346.04, and that is for the life of the loan, correct?
And actually, the letter from the auditor, it came in a little more than that.
As far as savings?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this new one that we're looking at for all 14 parcels, this is the new revised one.
Yes. And it's a payment of $596.54 versus $655.61 annually.
Oh, that's very good.
Well, yeah, that's the payment.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, what do we need to do with this, Judy? Do we need to make a motion to approve this?
No,
Or
you did the assessing role, so we just need to pass it on to Edie to get it on the tax, get it corrected on the tax roll. We had already done the resolution and everything for it.
okay, so this is just for the information purposes then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
And I
Well,
sent an
that's-
email today with it attached. So that
okay. Okay, well, very good then, very good. Okay, well, thank you for that, Judy. All right, moving along. Our attorney, there again, it's in everybody's packet. Our attorney, at the first of the year, is requesting an increase from $135 an hour to $150 an hour. Christie, this is right in your wheelhouse. I would assume that you would probably think that those numbers are pretty reasonable.
They are, however, I would like to have some other possibilities of an attorney in town, because we do pay for drive time as well, which could be eliminated if we had one that was closer.
Yeah, and it certainly could. It certainly could. We have had that firm, I'm going to say, gosh,
They were back under Serbrook's administration.
I'm going to say 20 years. Probably we've had this firm, and they've always been fair with us, but I do understand what you're saying, and we certainly can look elsewhere to see what we can come up with. Now, if nobody has any I don't want to say if nobody has any objection, Christine, this one I feel is right in your wheelhouse. Is that something that you would be able to look at for us to try to come up with some different options as far as this?
You mean some other referrals for attorneys?
Yes.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe his rate is reasonable. If drive time's half, I mean, that's definitely probably a little under what the Jackson attorney fee is currently. But I think it would be worth it, worth our time to explore that.
Okay. All right. Well, then what?
Make a comment. We don't have him travel very often, so we don't pay that fee, but he is the holder of all of our ordinances. So we have to keep that in mind. That's a huge project for somebody else to overtake.
Right. Well, there again, Christine, when you're, making some calls, what I would suggest, maybe talk to Judy and Janina prior to making those calls, so that maybe you can get a little backstory on what exactly, we'd be looking for as far as, what records that our attorney does keep for us. They could give you a better handle on that than what I can. Most everything I do is usually phone communication with the attorney. The girls, of course, well, especially Judy, she has more of the paperwork in, obviously. So if you wouldn't mind reaching out to them, prior to making some calls, that way you're informed of what exactly it is that, we're looking for. Okay. Well, what I would like to do then, because I don't expect we'll make a move in the next 15 days, I would like to make a motion to approve the increase going to 150 per hour as of the first of the year regarding Vic Lillich. Is there a support?
I support.
Okay. Is there any other discussion on that?
I think we ought to take out bids before we do this.
Well, right. Well, that's what Christine's going to look into. We will not be able to act on it. We will not be able to act on it prior to our next meeting. And we'll still need to have representation if things come up until then. So, my opinion would be that we would obviously want to still retain our attorney until such time as we, go elsewhere. Christine, would that be a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll roll call this one then. We did get a support on that, Janina, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We'll roll call, Judy.
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Christine,
Yes.
Bryce,
No,
Janina.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Motion carried. Okay. Moving right along. Okay. Phone reimbursement for the clerk. I don't know what you mean, Judy. I'm never on the phone to you.
Yeah, right. This is because they have added a second level of security to the qualifier voter file for elections. For anything that I go into the system to do on a daily basis, there's a second level and it requires authentication through my phone. And I use my phone for 80% of township business instead of my own. So,
Well, I know that I call you in quite a lot.
yes, you do, multiple times.
So I'll apologize for that, but I'm still going to keep calling you.
I know, it's
Okay.
hard doing business.
All right. Okay. What is the dollar amount that we're looking for reimbursement on?
I'll leave that up to you, what you think is fair.
Well, there again, now my reimbursement is internet, phone, and long distance from my house, and mine's
Okay.
125.
It's just for my cell phone. And
So
I think my cell phone bill is $100 a month.
Now,
you
we
need to-
did have a reimbursement to Tom at one time because he was using his personal phone at $35 a month. I don't know, Judy, is that in the area or is that low? I wouldn't
I
know.
think 50 would be fair because like I said, I use it 80% of the time for township business.
No, I don't think that's unreasonable. Okay. All right, then, Judy, I will make that motion that we reimburse the clerk for her personal cell phone, $50 per month. Is there a support?
I'll support that.
Okay. We'll roll call this. Janina,
Yes.
Bryce?
yeah,
I'm sorry, I did not.
yep,
Yep, okay, all right. Christine?
Yes, but going forward, could we have, look into an option of having a business phone instead of reimbursing for the personal phone?
We have talked about that in the past. This is just me talking, okay? I carry one phone with me all the time, and most always, if somebody doesn't get a hold of me, I can return a call right back pretty quick. I did carry two phones for a bit, my personal phone and a Avery phone.
Mhm.
And it really was not, in my case, because I'm out physically working and having two phones on your belt. It's hard enough to keep one hanging there, and then you got two hanging there. Because what would end up happening is, in my case, I would have my personal phone with me, and the business or the township phone would be on the dashboard of my truck or in the seat of my truck. It just wouldn't be with me. That would be my problem. It's just not user friendly, I don't feel, for myself. Now, that's my opinion. I don't know what Judy's thought is on that.
I don't want to carry two phones. I have trouble keeping track of one.
So,
It's
Okay.
more expensive if we do a business line anyway than a reimbursement, but that's just my opinion.
okay, all right. Well, I vote yes. Judy?
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Okay, the last thing I have is the sign for the fire station. I think everybody, I text over a picture of what that sign would look like. And Bryce, I have to ask, in an email that you had sent over to me, you do not get texts on your cell phone?
I don't have a cell phone. I've
Well,
told
what
you
number
that-
have I called you on?
My home number?
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I just assumed that because it wasn't a 569 number, I assumed it was your cell phone.
no, through
Okay.
Verizon.
And you don't get texts on your landline?
No,
Okay, all right. Now I gotta find it. I've had too many texts today. I gotta find that picture. Okay. You did, Judy emailed you a picture of that, correct, Bryce?
I haven't been home until just a half hour ago.
Okay, well, I know she was, I had spoke with her earlier because there again, I didn't realize that it wasn't a cell phone. And what it is, it would be centered above the middle door. And it's a very professional, it would be done by Johnson Sign Company. It really looks nice. Of course, they've got it shot onto the front of the building in the picture, which I know that the other three of you can see that clearly.
You have it on your cell phone, Jerry?
Yes,
Can you hold it up?
I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Probably not clear, but you can see it. Let me
Yeah,
see if I can get a
I see
little
it.
closer.
Yeah, there we go. It looks good.
Okay.
Okay.
And what I've been dealing with Patrick Raymond, who's an officer a fireman on the department. And he has said that they would take, once that was to get installed, they would take and repaint all three front doors so that they all matched and get the writing off of them that is existing. Tompkins has one of these that is similar. It's not exact, but it's similar to this on Station 2 over to Tompkins. And it really adds some class to the front of the building. And it's one thing we've never had. We have never had a sign other than just painted letters on the building. And it really would add some class to it. It's $925 with the installation. And just so that everybody, I don't want to say that, I don't want to try to keep anything. What happened was they are working on doing this, trying to get this done. And they were kind of in a pinch and they wanted to get it ordered. And they went ahead and ordered it with the understanding that if this board did not approve it, that they are going to pay for that out of their fireman's club money. So they're not, I don't want anybody to think that, that they ordered this and they're putting pressure on us. They are not. They asked me and I said, well, here's the deal. If you want to get it ordered and the board does not approve it, you guys have to pay for it. And they were all under the understanding and knew where we were at with that. there again, I think it'd be a great addition. I think eventually we're going to want to add one, or we could add one to Station 3 there again to class that up a little bit. I will make the motion that we approve.
Well, before we do that, I have a couple questions.
Oh, well, I was going to make the motion, look for a support, and then ask the questions.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do it the other way.
That's we kind of do things different, but that is actually the protocol on making a motion. You make the motion, ask for the support, and then you discuss it. So.
Oh. Okay, well, I want to know what line item that's coming from, Judy,
Gonna come from the township.
in the fire department,
It's gonna come from township property,
from the
101.
township property. So it's not coming from the fire department budget,
No,
is what you're saying?
that's correct.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Correct. And the reason that would be, Janina, is because that's, we own the buildings. We own the buildings, and
Right.
that would be, right, that would be property versus fire department budget, yes.
But it's not is it considered an improvement?
No, it's gonna be, it
Yes.
would be an improvement to the stenciled letters on the wall.
And it's
I
nothing
apologize.
that we can use. There isn't a fire department. So it's kind of a fire department expense, but also a township property expense. It's,
Right.
Whichever direction you want to put it,
Well, and there again,
to come out of.
obviously, if we have any questions on that, you would reach out to the auditor to see where it would go, but I believe that you're in line in saying it would be township property. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is I'll make the motion that we approve Johnson Sign $925 to create and install. Is there a support?
Support.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
I need a copy of the quote.
Okay, I will get with Patrick, and if well, chances are good they probably emailed it because of the world we live in right now. So I will have him either get it emailed to you or get it printed off and get it dropped in the box down there so that you have it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. If there is any other discussion, we'll move forward with a roll call. Judy?
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Christine?
Yes.
Bryce?
Yes.
Janina?
yes.
Okay, motion carried. Okay. I believe that has covered everything that we had on the agenda. That would open us up time for public comment, Judy.
I thought we do communications.
Well, not according to the way it's on the agenda.
Okay. Public comment. I've got Alex Silvestri.
Okay, Alex, are you out there?
I'll pass, thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
That's all I have.
Okay, there again, this is all a new time for everybody. If there's somebody out there that would like to reach out to Judy quickly, we are more than happy to hear any public comment that somebody may have.
Use the chat button at the bottom of your screen on the bar.
Yeah, see, I don't see that on my end, Judy.
Joseph Yang.
Okay, Joseph, are you out there, Joseph?
I am. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right. Yeah, Joseph Yang. Just want to congratulate all the new board members, the two new trustees, as well as all the incumbents who won. Congratulations on that. I look forward to big things in the next 4 years. In addition to that, just a few comments on the cell phone issue. I know I brought this up many times before. So my issue with that is the FOIA-ability of that, as well as the transparency. So transparency is a big issue, and I'd like to see the trust built between the township residents as well as the board, that be built back, so that we can trust each other and won't need to FOIA things. But I think that having a private cell phone, where if we do FOIA things, it's going to have to be parsed out. I think that that's a slippery slope. If you look at the Kwame issue in Detroit, that's a perfect example of the need for a township-owned cell phone. The cost is minimal, and so I would ask that this be revisited again and have a deeper discussion about that, because if it does continue and we do need a FOIA cell phone records, I would hope that those who actually submit the FOIAs are not responsible for the costs associated with parsing out that personal and public information. So that's my concern, and that's a transparency issue. In addition to that, with the attorney issue, I would also agree that needs to be bid out and revisited. I've had some concerns of some of the advice that the attorney has given. Specifically, the one that jumps to mind is the advice that was given to the PC board when it goes to public comment, and the limitation that he had advised the PC board to limit, but was taken back. That was very concerning to me. Just because you should do something doesn't mean you should do it. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do it. And that was very concerning to me, that his advice would be to basically limit public comment and somebody's right to freedom of speech. That was very concerning to me. So I understand that firm's been the attorney of record for a long time, but that doesn't mean the cheapest doesn't mean that that's the best option. So I would ask that you visit that, and maybe it does end up being him again. But that was very concerning to me, his advice that was given to the PC board. So that's all I have.
All right, well, thank you, Joseph. Anybody else, Judy?
Meg Short. Oh, wait a
Okay.
minute. Andrea Brenner.
Okay, Andrea Brenner.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
I have a question about the private road and street. Ordinance. I don't know if this is a proper meeting.
What's your question? It's about the private road and street ordinance?
Correct.
Okay,
Public comment.
yeah. Is it Andrea?
Yes.
Okay, I'm seeing Jeff on my screen. Yeah, what you'll have to do is just make a comment, and then if there's anything that we can do to follow up with you, we will, but this such time is for public comment.
Okay. I would like to see the ordinance be changed. People that live on this dirt road, in order for us to build a house on this dirt road, we need their permission, or it has to be 51% vote to have the road paved. And they're not in agreements of this, so we're kind of in a deadlock. We've purchased this property and now we can't build on it.
Okay, we'll have somebody get back in touch with you in regards to that.
Jerry,
Okay.
I'd like to put that on the next agenda for next month or next meeting.
That would actually be a PC thing, Bryce.
Okay,
Yeah, that would go. So Christine, if you wouldn't, I know Roger will be reaching out to you in the next day or two. If you might bring that up to him, and then that way the PC could discuss that further.
Sure. Could you give me the name of that road, please? I'm sorry, she was breaking up on my end.
It's actually a private drive off of Henry Road just west
It's
of
Henry
the
Road.
railroad tracks.
This is an easement right now.
Andrea, do you have a phone number that you can be reached at that you'd like to give us?
I do. It is 517-745-7000.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, you have anybody? Oh, you said Meg Short?
Meg Short.
Okay, Meg?
Meg Short Mason. I would just like to request again that the draft industrial ordinances are posted to the website prior to planning commission meetings. That way we have an opportunity to review them and follow along during meetings. I've spoken personally to John Enos at Carlisle Wortman, and he also felt it was important for us to be able to have a copy of the drafts as they're created to review. But he was specifically told that he cannot release them to us. So I'm asking that you please do post them so we can follow along. Thank you.
Okay, Christine, would you also include that in your notes?
Sure.
Okay, thank you very much. Judy,
That's it.
that's it? Okay, all right, then at such time, public comment is closed. We'll move on to communications. There again, I don't know how everybody looks on my screen, but I'm gonna go right to left, so I'm gonna start with Janina.
You're starting with me?
Yes, ma'am.
I have nothing particular to report at this time. I've been busy with other things.
Okay, very good, understood. Bryce, you're the next one in line on my coming from right to left.
I'd like to ask a question. When are the trustees going to be given keys to the building and allowed in?
Is there any particular reason or purpose that you would need a key?
Yes,
And what reason would that be, Bryce?
prior trustees have always had them.
We're living in a different time now. We're living in a different time right now. If you held an office, a physical office, or had a desk in there, I think it would be obviously 100% necessary, but you do not. Same thing with Christine. If you need, if, like in Christine's case, they will be having planning commission meetings. She would need a key, say, to get into the Lansing Ave Fire Barn, but not necessarily a key to get into the township office.
Do you want me to describe what happened this last Monday when I tried getting in?
No,
We have to
not,
stick to the agenda.
no, not, no, I do not want you to describe what happened,
Okay.
not today, sir.
Well, I can invite people to go and contact me then.
I'm sorry?
I said I can invite people to contact me then after. I'm sure they'd like to know what kind of stuff went on.
Okay. If, one thing I would like to add, to both Christine and Bryce, with you folks, both of you being new trustees. You guys need to reach out to any one of the three of us at any time. You need to give us a phone call. If there's something you don't understand, something you think that, you need a copy of something. Obviously Judy's the record keeper. So any particular record that you would need, you would have to contact Judy. If Judy's not available, her deputy will be there to get it. And I'll tell both of you, you guys are more than welcome to call me anytime. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to answer it, at least point you in the right direction. If I can't point you in the right direction, then I'll follow up and try to find the answer. To make sure that you guys are both as informed as possible. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And same thing with, I always call them girls, but they're not, they're ladies. Same thing with them too. You can reach out anytime. I know that the general public is still listening, the residents. And I want to extend that to you folks also. If there's any time that you folks need to get a hold of us and ask any questions, please the ladies can be reached at the office, 569-3100. You can reach me at home, 569-2424. There again, as soon as we get the message, we try to fire a call back as quick as we can here at the house. It might be myself or my deputy, depending on the answer they're looking for. But one thing we've always done, I think all three of us in the time that we've spent, we are all available and make ourselves available. And, just, reach out, whether it be the residents or the two trustees, reach out to us. So, okay. Anything else, Bryce?
Yes, since we are discussing on the agenda, I'd like to find out some more about the Lillage firm as far as why they were sending us a bill for a quarter of an hour back between the primary and the general election with the title of "What do we do about Bryce Hammond running for trustee?" Who authorized that, and how much are we spending taxpayers' money for?
I do not have a copy of that bill in front of me, Bryce. So I don't know where that it says that. I'm not disputing that it says that, but I don't have a copy of that bill in front of me.
Who authorized it?
I cannot answer that question. I'm not looking at the bill. I don't know.
The previous board apparently passed it without any
Again,
problems.
Well, I'm going to revert to the record keeper. So Judy will have to look into that, and she'll have to get back with you
I'd
on
like
that.
to know.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Not for right now.
Okay. Christine.
I have nothing.
Okay. Thank you. Myself, we have been working, we still got a water problem up on the Mary Lane. That's going to be a 2-year project easily. I have reached out to Ingham County. We are going to meet, obviously, virtually with the Ingham County Drain Commission, Jackson County Drain Commission, Rives Township. It's going to be an expensive undertaking to fix their water problem up there. And I don't know that there is anybody on the meeting right now that is in that area of Peacock and Mary Lane. Please understand, we're looking into it, but this is not something that can be fixed in 10 minutes or 10 days. 2 years is more likely as to when that's going to be taken care of. So hopefully, you guys can bear with us. We're working on that. Same thing with the water problems in the village. We've got 3 particular pipes that are broke. I'm waiting for Todd with RJT to get out here to take a look, to put an idea or a thought behind how to repair. We know that these water problems are here and they've been here for a long time. I will be meeting with Jim Cole. It'll be over the phone and virtual with the county to put a plan together moving forward on what roads we're going to handle this upcoming year. The audit has been a concern of some folks, understandably so. The audit should be at the state along with the F-65. And please understand, for those that are listening, we knew this going in when our auditor passed away tragically. And then the firm that he was partnered with agreed to take us on. And then, needless to say, I don't remember the date on the letter, but early May or June.
May 29th.
Okay, May 29th. The letter of May 29th, when they politely said that we're no longer going to continue taking care of you, and we chatted with them, and they were dropping several other townships that Doug Atkins had taken care of, and understandably so, they were overwhelmed, and they lost one of their key players, and it put us in a predicament when we took on Willis and Associates. We knew that they were going to be behind the 8 ball. They told us straight up that we will not get the audit done on time. We will file for an extension. And You know, it's just, there again, circumstances that were all out of our control. And they
And
did.
I have a copy of that letter I'd like to read.
Okay, go ahead, Judy.
The email dated May 29th said, "I am attaching a resignation letter. Unfortunately, with the loss of Doug and the COVID-19 pandemic, we do not feel that we could continue as your audit firm. We wish you luck. Please see the attached letter. I will also be sending the original copy by mail. Markowski and Company." The resignation letter says Rives Township, Rives Junction, Michigan, effective May 29th, 2020. We will cease our services as your auditors. We have reached this decision reluctantly and after substantial deliberation because of the loss of your audit partner, Doug Atkins, and the time delays because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We do not believe we would be able to provide the audit report in a timely manner. You should take steps to retain a new audit firm for your annual audit. We will cooperate with your new accountants in any transition matters needed. To facilitate that process, please send us a letter authorizing us to make disclosures to your new auditors. Without such a letter, we are ethically prohibited from communicating with others regarding your affairs. We look forward to helping you make a smooth transition with your new audit firm. Very truly yours, Markowski and Company. And we looked into 3 different auditors. They all would not have been able to do our audit in time. Willis has a partner that is in our township, and their cost was significantly lower than the other 2 that we talked to. One of the other ones was Bremen.
Right, and when I talked to Rick the other day from the audit firm, he reaffirmed that moving forward, that our audit would be done in May as opposed to in the fall. So that will take care of any of those problems moving forward. So I think that's all I have. I think that's all I have on my plate over here
Jerry,
as far as communications. Yes, Bryce.
what did you tell Joseph Yang and myself Friday evening about this audit in the state?
You're going to have to narrow it down, Bryce.
Well, you called me up and you told me that you assured me that by the end of that business day, that there would be an audit sent to the state along with the F-65 forms.
Correct. Yes, that is what I did. That is what I said.
And I confirmed with Mr. Yang also that he received an email from you stating the same thing.
No, sir, he did not receive an email from me.
Phone number then?
He received a phone message from me,
Okay.
and Janina sent an email out to him.
Basically said the same thing to him.
Yes,
Okay, I got the type of method.
yes. So as to our knowledge, that has all been handled.
Yeah,
It's in their hands.
I've got some information that I'd like to share with everybody. I got back with the state of Michigan Treasury Department on Tuesday, the 8th. And she replied back that to date, she has not received anything from the township of Rives.
That was what day?
This last Tuesday on the 8th.
Because that should have been emailed up.
Should have
There
been.
again, they
No,
have not
Jerry,
called. I'm sorry,
the draft was sent to us at the township.
correct?
Nina sent an email, and she can vouch for this, to Joseph Yang and said that our audit would be filed on December 11th, which is tomorrow.
Okay.
And
so
we
I have
received the
wrong-
draft, reviewed it. They have it in their hands with our okay to go ahead and submit it.
Okay, so I apologize. I had the wrong Friday. I thought it was last Friday.
No, it was the 11th.
Okay, that's my apologies.
We'll see on the 11th then. Okay.
So that's there again, and understand that we don't have control over that. They're the ones that are, have to send it off to the state. So
It's
we're going off
electronic
what,
mail, correct?
I'm sorry.
It's electronic transfer of information.
I believe it's all emailed, yes.
So it should have been instantly, if it had been sent through.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it was snail mail.
Huh?
I don't think it was snail mail, no.
Okay,
Yes,
so we're gonna extend it for another week, is what you're saying.
We're not
That's what it
extending
apparently-
anything.
no. Apparently I heard the wrong date. I thought it was last Friday and apparently it's this Friday, and that's the first I had heard.
Now, let me get it straight. Is it gonna be an audit or an extension to ask for an audit?
Neither. The F-65 and our audit is being submitted tomorrow. If all goes well with them. I mean, we have no control, but they told us it would be submitted tomorrow. Can I cover the two things that I've got for communication, Jerry?
I don't think anybody heard you.
Who, me?
Judy,
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, I think it was you. You were like you were frozen for a minute. I got two things to cover in communications. Is it all right if I cover them?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I'm all set.
Actually, I got several things, I guess. I need to make a motion to move $3,680 from Medicare tax township portion and 13,250 FICA township portion from each of the departments where we had put them during the budget. I need to move those amounts from each department back to 101-863-716-000. Due the state of Michigan chart of accounts was not enacted this fiscal year. I'd like support on that.
I'll support that.
I support.
Okay, we'll
Roll call.
roll call that one. Janina,
Yes.
Bryce,
Yes.
Christine,
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Judy?
Yes.
Okay, all in favor.
All right,
Motion carried.
the other thing I have is, we need to cancel the February 4th meeting and schedule the budget workshop for February 25th and the budget hearing followed by the board meeting on March 4th. Does anybody have any objections to that change?
No.
Okay, now just to confirm, so February 25th will be the budget workshop.
That's correct.
On March the 4th, we will have our public hearing and then our township adoption meeting. Well, it would be the township board meeting,
Board
which
meeting.
is where we would adopt the new budget.
Yes. So the hearing would be at 5 o'clock, the board meeting typically 6.
Okay, now I will tell you, this is going to be difficult over Zoom on a workshop. That is going to be very difficult.
Unless we do it at the fire station with just the 5 of us as a workshop. We can sit 6 foot apart.
The only
Can you
problem
set
is
up
we
a
can't
Zoom?
close it to the public.
Can you set up a Zoom thing so they have it remotely?
Well, we
I'm sorry,
can.
Bryce.
I don't know what the law is going to be in February.
Right.
It keeps changing. So right now it's
Well,
the 20th of December. Gary, you froze up.
okay.
There you go. Go ahead.
Bryce, can you hear me?
Just barely, you're breaking up.
Okay. I did not hear what you had said in regards to that.
He wants to do it remotely, Jerry.
No, I said,
Oh, okay.
if we're gonna have it at the fire barn,
Um,
let's set up a thing where we can do it so that the public, if we can't allow so many people in, can still see and hear. They've got to have that access.
Right.
Right, which, moving forward, the way the order has been put through, even our December Board of Review has to be handled remotely. That's got to be handled over Zoom also. So obviously, at this present time, we're going to have to schedule, because we don't know with the uncertainty of everything, we're going to have to schedule our February 25th workshop. Will have to be done by Zoom also. It's just going to be very difficult. So that Christine and Bryce, so that you understand how this works on the budget workshop. I get with Judy, she gets me the paperwork. I then sit down and go over the entire budget. And then once we do that, and that all the numbers I feel are where they need to be, I then submit them back to Judy. She then inputs them all into the computer, and then she spits them out, the finished form, and then that would be what everybody would get as far as the 5 of us, and that would be our working document for our budget workshop. And when such time that does happen on the 25th, we'll just have to hope that everybody's internet's working well, and that we can work our way through it, because it can be lengthy, but if things are simple, we can move through it pretty quick. But we've had some that have, I think the very first budget I did, it lasted 3.5 hours, and there's only one person to blame, and that's the guy sitting right here, because I had never done one. And but then as we moved along, things went a lot smoother, and they've gotten a lot smoother over the last several years. So, so just so you guys are aware of that. Okay, Judy, I kind of took away from you, so go ahead.
It's okay. One thing that might help on the workshop, once we give everybody the paperwork, if they could like make notes on the line items that they really have questions about, we might be able to cover those and make it easier if everybody's prepared. So I reached out to MTA for legal advice. We are looking at being fined if the township is audited in regards to federal forms by employees that haven't been submitted. And I just wanted to point that out, that if people don't complete their paperwork, then it puts us in jeopardy. And I think the fine is somewhere, they said around $7,000. And it said the person who is elected to represent the people in opening the township up for fines and penalty with the federal government for failing to fill out and file I-9 forms appropriately. So I just wanted to make everybody aware that that's a possibility that might be looking at us.
Well, I guess I better get down there and get it filled out, huh?
Yep. Along with everybody else. That's all I've got.
Okay, okay, can everybody hear me? I don't know that anybody
Yep.
can hear me. Am I froze?
Nope, you're fine.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, well, there again, we appreciate everybody joining in tonight. I want to reiterate on the one thing I already said. I want to say it again. Please, if anybody out there, the residents, anybody, if you have any questions, please call me, 569-2424. If I'm not the person you think that you need to talk to, please reach out to Judy or Janina at the office, 569-3100. We're all here to help, including the new trustees. Please give us a call. We're more than willing to try to get to the bottom of whatever problem that maybe arose. Okay?
And our office is closed.
Yes, the office is closed. The drive-through window is open. Remind me of the hours of that, ladies.
Monday through Thursday, 11 to 4 for
Okay.
paying your taxes. I'm by appointment only. I'm
Okay.
working remote because the governor says if you can work remote, work remote.
Okay. So there we have it. So I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I hope everybody has a good Christmas, and we will see you all next year.
One last
Thank you.
thing. We had audit for election this week. We passed with flying colors. We're all set. Everything balanced. They were satisfied with all the paperwork being filed properly.
Okay, all right, well, perfect. Okay, well, if there's no other business, this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice Christmas.
Yep, you too.